Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews, where we are here on day 11. I'm running out of fingers. I've only got 10, so 10 plus 1. Because it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doing it all the way, but then yesterday was 10, and I don't have 11 fingers, so here we are. But on day 11, on Christmas Eve, December 23rd. Wow, I can't believe we're at this point already. Yay, this is so exciting. And keep the answers coming in. I love this. I want to clarify something. I've had a couple people reach out and ask me, it's like, we would love to subscribe to you, but we don't want to pay the fees. Well, subscribing to me on YouTube or on Rumble, there is no fee for that. It's just when you subscribe and you turn on the little bell notification, you just get notified when I post new videos to either YouTube or Rumble. And if you subscribe to the podcast, all that means is that you'll just be notified as soon as a new episode goes live. So yeah, there's no fee for our subscriptions and no plans for that, at least in the immediate future. But trust me, I would let you know that with plenty of time if that's something that was going to change. But what are your plans day after tomorrow? It's going to be Christmas after all, so it's kind of a big deal. Maybe you don't celebrate Christmas, which is fine too. But Christmas is my favorite holiday. And as we get a little bit closer, I'm going to share a Christmas memory that, in a way, it kind of broke my heart, but it's something that really has made me appreciate Christmas that much more as I've gotten older. It's not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not thankful for the bad part of it, but it just really made me thankful for even the little things. And I've tried to pass that on, and our son has the same, basically, ideas and stuff with that as I do. So we did something right. He's 31 now, so... And yes, I'm that old. Now, you may be wondering, I look a little bit different. Well, I haven't lost weight since the last thing, but I have lost inches, about 6 of them, to be honest. So if you can see that, I look a little bit different. But I, believe it or not, I get my hair cut here at home. My husband actually cuts it for me. Yes, I trust him to do that. His is easy. I take the lip break of Mine, not so much, but he did a great job. He's been cutting it now for a couple years for me, and he does an awesome job. So a shout out to him. So he's my sweetheart. But back to talking about the day after tomorrow. Not only is it Christmas, but it's also the title of today's movie. Today we are talking about The Day After Tomorrow, a movie from 2004. This is a disaster movie. It is... I've really been debating. It's like what I wanted to do with this one, guilty, innocent. There's no inappropriate scenes in the movie. There's a few intense scenes. There is some strong language, but just because of the tone of the movie, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but I am going to be giving this movie a guilty rating. Now, like I said, I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But before we get into that too far, I want to share with you the original trailer that came out for this movie. Again, had to hunt a little bit as this came out 21 years ago. Wow, it's been a long time. There's people that are listening to this podcast right now that weren't even alive when this came out. Wow. But let's jump over and check that out. As you can kind of tell from the music, it's a bit ominous as it's kind of opening up and it's showing like birds that are flocking and flying, kind of escaping the area, and just this very ominous tone and looks on people's faces. You know it's going to be a very serious, somber thing that's getting ready to happen.
What's going into it? Hair all worked up today.
And something extraordinary and disturbing, that is. You recall what you said about how polar melting might disrupt the North Atlantic current?
Yes.
Well, I think it's happening.
Folks, we've hit some unusual turbulence. We've encountered a cloud layer that's abnormally high.
You all right?
Please remain.
He's afraid of flying.
I can relate.
Has to start making long-term preparations now.
Jack, all you have is a theory.
It's been raining like this for 3 days now.
Mr. Vice President, if we don't act now, it's going to be too late.
I'm afraid that time has come and gone, my friend.
What can we do?
Save as many as you can.
For those just listening in on the audio side of our podcast, a lot of this ominous music and everything that you're seeing are these apocalyptic events that are, and so I do invite you to come over here to our YouTube channel or to our Rumble and check out this video, because you get hearing it is one thing, but actually seeing it is entirely something else. So I do invite you to come over and check that out.
The storm is just gonna get worse.
What should we do?
I will come for you. Do you understand me?
Where will you be the day after tomorrow is a question asked in the trailer. And hopefully you will be at home with your loved friends and loved ones. Me, on the other hand, I am going to probably be here at home or here in my office. When we built our home a few years ago, and my recording studio / office is part of our home, as is my theater. I mean, being a movie critic, I have to have my own theater. It kind of goes with the thing of that. But my husband works in transportation and he helps keep America moving. So there's a good chance he will not be home on Christmas. But I knew that a long time ago when I married him. So it's just kind of part of the life. But I am thankful. A lot of people think about about the truckers and other people like that keep America moving. But my husband is a railroader. And a lot of people don't realize that there's so much of everything that keeps this country going travels by rail. And so I'm going to insert this little thing of look, listen, live. Expect a train on any track at any time. If those rails are shiny, there is likely going to be a train coming. So just to be safe, stay clear. I always like getting that message out, especially this time of year, because there's just so many tragic events that keep happening. But don't worry. I'm getting back on track here. Back to the movie. Now, you may be thinking, why did you give this movie a guilty rating if there's nothing really that inappropriate with this? Well, this entire movie is a doom and gloom. Now, mind you, let me say this. It's entertaining. It's entertaining from start to finish. There is something going on as this whole thing goes. But the amount of errors in this movie, the story's not enough to overcome. I mean, you've got continuity errors and you have just mistakes in how it's all kind of playing out, and story gaps, or something is happening along up to here and then something happens and it completely changes what's happened in the past or what's happening in the future. And it's just, okay, it's not like a time travel or thing or anything like that, but where the mistakes just kind of throw the continuity of not just how things are playing out and inconsistencies, but it changes the story as well. Now, along all of that, this entire movie is basically an infomercial for climate change, aka global warming, aka global cooling. I mean, I'm old enough. I remember our little weekly readers in elementary school and middle school, and them talking about the fact that we were coming up on the next ice age. And then you give it 10, 15 years and it's global warming. And then you give it another 10, 15 years and it's climate change. And that's all man's fault. Man, that we're doing all this and we're impacting them. No, we're not. Okay, and maybe in small pockets people are having an impact, but stories like this, they sensationalize the whole thing of it's man's fault that the world's coming to an end. And if you can look past all of that, the story is entertaining. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's just one of those ones that you put on in the background if you're in the middle of doing something else and you look up occasionally. It's not a cinematic masterpiece by any means. The graphics in some parts of this are pretty spectacular, but just the overall essence of politics throughout the whole thing of what's happening. And some of the action scenes are, I mean, that'll draw you to where you're going you're just on the edge of your seat and your eyes are bugging because you're not sure what to expect. And I think one of probably the best lines in this movie is that what's happening here because of what's going to be because of the things that are happening with the planet and the Earth. And don't, you know me, no spoilers. So I'm not going to give away the details, but as you can tell by the poster, I mean, the Statue of Liberty is underwater. I mean, come on. Even with any stretch of the imagination, that takes a pretty good stretch of the imagination. But just with kind of everything here, it's kind of said that you've spent your entire life preparing for a future that no longer exists, because the future from here on out is just and then okay, back in 2004 when this came out, there's always been an issue with illegal immigration. And this even touches on that and just kind of the whole stance of like where Hollywood has decided to make its statement on that. Like I said, it does that for the entirety of the movie. It's about, I think it's just a little over 2 hours long, and it's just it's an entertaining story mixed with a bunch of gobbledygook. And there's a few heartwarming moments. There's a few just facepalm moments where you're just like, oh my God, oh, come on. But believe it or not, I actually know some people that this is their favorite movie, and I'm like, but I don't really have room to talk considering my favorite movie of all time is Ghostbusters. I mean, come on. But I was 10 years old when it came out, and it was so much fun. I got to go see it in the theater, and it was an awesome, and I've rewatched it, I don't even know how many times since. And that's probably kind of where we are with this one. I've seen this on TV and on instant video a few times, and then just rewatching it. I actually just rewatched it again last night to review this for this. I was surprised I'd never actually reviewed this before. I had to go back to my records. I'm like, I've never reviewed this? Because I've done well over 2,000 movies, so it's like, okay, well, did I not? No, I went back through all of my notes, I've got a big library list on Excel that kind of keeps track of all the movies I've ever reviewed and their scores and just kind of the information of which ones are in this format, which ones are in this format. So it's kind of a complicated thing. But like I said, story-wise, it's entertaining if you don't pay attention to the details. It's fun if you don't pay attention to the politics. It's a disaster movie that's honestly a bit of a disaster. So score-wise, you may be wondering where I'm coming in at on this one. Now, this one actually might surprise you a little bit. I'm coming in at a 5 out of 10 on the deputy scale. Not great, but not awful. I was honestly debating in the 4s, but honestly, 4 is watchable but forgettable, and there's honestly nothing in this that is forgettable. I kind of wish it were at times because of just some of the tone of the movie, but it's just when you're pushing your agenda that hard, that far for something like this, it needs to be something at least watchable. I mean, the story has to be enough to carry it beyond some of that, and unfortunately, this just wasn't. So 5 it's a decent story. Significant flaws is an understatement. I debated almost dropping into the 3s. I was kind of like, okay, 3.75. I was like, okay, if this was just coming out today, would I recommend that people save their money and go just wait for it to come out on video or instant video? Honestly, yes, I probably would have. But I'm also just trying to acknowledge the credit for, like I said, with the deputy scale, staying true to the deputy scale. I'm still kind of debating. That's okay. Personally, I would probably give it maybe a 3.5, but critically, I do come in right at a 5. Now, you may be wondering what our day 11 question is. There we go. I'll do that because I only have 10 fingers, but I've got 2 index fingers, and I can make them up, and that looks like an 11 at least. So, but our day 11 question is one that's, I was kind of surprised. I've talked to a few people about this, and I've had some mixed answers. And I'm like, okay, this one is easier than it seems. At least in my brain, I would think it's easier than it seems. But it's how many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol? You've got, of course, Ebenezer Scrooge, and you've got all of them. But how many ghosts show up in that movie? Now, again, it seems simple, but maybe it's not as simple as it seems. I can't wait to see the feedback and the things I get on that. So, again, keep the answers coming in. You can email me at moviedeputy@gmail.com, or you can submit your answers on the Contact Us page at moviedeputy.com. So again, keep those coming in. I'm going to keep pushing because we only have until tomorrow night at midnight Central Standard Time to hit 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. And if we can hit that, I'm going to be giving away an entire year's worth of free movie tickets to one of my lucky subscribers. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but that's going to be 4 movie tickets a month for an entire year. Mind you, that's not going to include like any upcharges for 3D or for any special the special screens or IMAX or anything like that. It's just going to be standard movie tickets. But with the cost of what it takes to go to a movie nowadays, 4 tickets a month for a year is a lot. And think about how many movies you could go see. Maybe you just want to go by yourself. Maybe you want to take your girlfriend or wife or your husband or boyfriend, and you want to just go with the 2 of you. Or maybe you have a family and just money's been tight, and so you want to just do something like that and go out to check out the movie. So this would make things a lot easier. And all I'm asking you to do is to like and subscribe, and of course share, and invite all of your friends to subscribe as well. I mean, these are awesome. You get spoiler-free reviews. You get my opinion, which kind of goes with it. But it's a lot of fun. And we do different types of games and giveaways and things like that throughout the year. So, and this is our 2nd year of doing our 12 Days of Christmas. And of course, I think I'm going to make this an annual event because this is a lot of fun. But either way, this is an adventure. And I'm so thankful that you're coming along with me on it. So again, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will be back tomorrow for our special Christmas Eve show and our day 12 of 12. So be sure to come check us out, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.